Let's take a look at the React project that we're starting with to build our TikTok clone. If we head to our package.json file, you'll see that we just installed all of the dependencies that we need for our project. We're not going to need to install any other dependency later on. If we look at our scripts, we can see that to start our project in development, we just need to run the start script with npm start. And to build our project for production, when we get to the deploy step, we're just going to need to run npm build. And this is a create React app project. So it's going to consist of two main folders. All of our assets, mainly our image files, are going to be in the public folder. And that includes the index.html file that our React app is served out of using a div with the ID of root. But additionally, we have a number, or I've included a number of MP4 video files that we can use when we get to uploading actual TikTok videos. So you don't need to create any TikToks yourself. So we have public and we also have source. This is all of our source code where all of our React components are going to be. If you look at index.js, this is where our React app is rendered out of using React DOM. If we look at the top, we see that we are importing components in an absolute fashion, meaning we don't have to say /component/app providers. We don't have to tell create React app how to get this component. All we have to do is just list the folder within source. So this could be components or context or hooks, whatever it may be, / whatever component we want to use. And this is set up using the jsconfig.json file because we're setting the base URL of any import as source. So that's why we don't have to have relative import statements anymore. According to what file we're in, we can use absolute ones based off of source. All of our CSS is being imported from this main SCSS file. If we go to that, we can see all of the classes that we're going to be using in creating the user interface. So you can see all the classes that we're going to use for each individual component. For example, this feed component in the pages folder. You can see that each class begins with the name of the component, or at least an abbreviation of the component. All of the styles are included here. Within the styles folder, we do not need to write them, or at least you don't need to write them. Doing so would be an entire course in itself. This app providers component that we see here within index is just a convenient way, if we go to it, is just a convenient way of including all of our context, which needs to be wrapped around our component tree, in this case our app component. It's a way of keeping it out of the index.js file, so it's a nice helpful abstraction. If we go to the context folder, you'll see that we will have some context that we're going to need to put here within app providers. If we go to pages, these are all of the individual components that are going to be used for separate routes within our application. So we're going to have a login page, a feed page, NotFound page, etc. The lib folder consists of just a number of utilities. They might be for functions, helpful functions that perform a given task, such as removing white space. You can also see some files here for setting up Firebase in our app. The icons folder just consists of a number of React components that I've created. These are all just the TikTok icons that the app uses, the web app uses. We're going to be writing some custom hooks here within the hooks folder. That's going to give us some nice functionality, reusable functionality across our components. And finally, we have all of the components that need to be reused across our different pages. And I've not imposed any particular file structure here. I've just dumped them all directly within components. So feel free to create your own subfolders and restructure this project as you like.